It's very important. Don't leave it on your chair. Bring it with you, please, when you come to stage. If you don't.
The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the chancellor, vice chancellor or acting vice chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first onstage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the chancellor, vice chancellor or acting vice chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say,
by virtue of the powers vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements being celebrated on this occasion. Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sanbonani. I am Professor Motsamatikane, the Vice Principal for Teaching and Learning, Community Engagement, and Student Support. I am serving this afternoon as the Acting Vice Chancellor. I wish to recognize members of Executive Management here with us, Professor Mutata, the Registrar of the University, Prof. Labuskachni, the Executive Director in Research, Innovation and Commercialization. And I also want to recognize members of the various colleges, executive members in these colleges, the College of Graduate Studies, the College of Law, the College of Human Sciences, the College of Economic and Management Sciences, College of Education, the College of Accounting Sciences, and the Graduate School of Business Leadership. I also want to recognize the supervisors and other members of staff who are gracing this occasion, and our support staff. And thank you very much, colleagues, for coming through to honor this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful occasion for our graduandi and their family members who have come from various distances to participate in this occasion. The distance that you have traveled symbolizes the varied journeys that each one of you has undertaken to arrive here. You will, in a matter of minutes, transition from being graduandi to being full graduates with the right to state your qualifications behind your name. We gather here today, ladies and gentlemen, to confer on you qualifications from the oldest university in the land, which is just about, 150 years old, having been established on the 26th of June, 1873. This means a solid track record of excellence, of delivering quality qualifications, and we can see that from the number of universities in the country and elsewhere that have been born from the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the background against which these graduations are taking place is important for all of us to reflect upon. The country is going through one or two of adverse challenges, such as the challenge of energy, the worst one we've seen since 2007. Additionally, we also have water shortages, as has been announced recently. We also have the challenge of youth unemployment, and we have post-COVID job losses and so many other ills that face us. I mention these challenges, ladies and gentlemen, not to depress you, but it is because those of you who will shortly be conferred with a variety of qualifications will necessarily be called upon by our country, your country, to offer solutions to some of these challenges that we're faced with. We've seen in recent times some of our diploma students inventing, is it a solar car? Solar car. We have a car driven by solar coming from this university, from our diploma students. These are the innovations that we're thinking about as we celebrate your prowess in the side of education. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a growing need to shift the focus from being employed to making one's own employment. But the challenge also goes to us as a university to reflect on what we teach you as we prepare you for the new climate of gainful employment and making a living. The challenge goes back to us to reflect on the kind of curriculum that we give you so that we qualify you on it. This speaks to the matter of knowledge transformation and curriculum repackaging so that you are fit to serve the society in which you are. I wish to state that change is a constant in human society, and despite all these changes that we have, we truly believe that you shall make it. The skills that you have gained through your various activities are skills that will sustain you as an innovative, self-reliant graduate of the university. As a university, we don't only provide technical skills, but we also present you with a galaxy of values which we believe add to the values that you have from home. Collegiality, care, communication. We have more than 11 of these values, and I'm sure you know them all. But central to these values is Ubuntu, where you know that you cannot be without the next person. So we hope that through your studies and the way you relate to other human beings around you, you shall be able to stand firm and do us proud as a university from which you have graduated. You are most welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the occasion. Thank you. At this point in time, I shall request Professor G. Baloyi to deliver the Chancellor's address. Over to you, Prof.
our Chancellor, Dr. Thabo Vuyela-Mbeki, Vice Chancellor, Prof. Linka Bule, Acting Vice Chancellor, Prof. Mutsama Dikane, University Council members, members of the University Management and staff, distinguished guests, graduating class and student present here, all other protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is with great pleasure that I welcome everyone, those attending physically and virtually. Graduation ceremony of the University of South Africa, to our guests of honor, parents, all invited guests, well-wishers and media, I heartily received you all on behalf of Council, Management, Senate, colleges, graduates, and students of this university. Graduation is significant to many people because it marks the climax of the investment made by parents, guardians, and the colleges onto the graduate. Let me quote Martin Luther King Jr., who has once said about the function of education. As we celebrate this learning us today, we should also be excited about the future of those still with us. Nothing is truly impossible. According to Roy T. Bennett, in his book, The Light in the Heart, says, turn your obstacles into opportunities and your problems into possibilities. Oftentimes you shall be hit by seemingly impossible situations. Your time here was merely a practice run for the real world. Some of the obstacles you encountered in here shall be multiplied tenfold out there, but you will overcome them. You must. Allow me to begin with a very famous quote, which many of you may have heard, but whose wisdom endures yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that a son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine. The child of a farm worker can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, according to Nelson Mandela. If I were to ask you how much you knew about UNISA before you registered, what would you tell me? I'm often amazed by how little our students and even our graduates know about UNISA. And so I hope that after my engagement with you, you will appreciate what an amazing university you belong. I'm sure you will understand a bit more clearly what role UNISA is playing in the socio-economic development of the country and the continent, that you will do all in your power to protect this national asset. UNISA is unique globally in terms of it being a formal and subsidized part of our higher education sector, and in terms of its quality assured and accredited offering. That is very important because it means that your degree has the same value as the degree from any other university in South Africa. We should never underestimate that. UNISA is not second rate. We educate our students using different models. Now we have adopted open distance and e-learning model. That is, we offer flexible teaching and learning. The university progressed in global rankings. UNISA improved its overall positions in Times Higher Education World University Ranking. I had an opportunity to attend some of the sessions in which Acting Vice Chancellor shared with us some of typical success stories in terms of UNISA rankings. In terms of global rankings, UNISA has improved significantly. The university is recentered back to its core mandate, the academic project. UNISA produced the largest number of master's and doctoral graduates. UNISA students, UNISA is, without a doubt, South Africa's key contributor of graduates and a genuine national and continental asset. We enroll more than 1/3 of all higher education students in South Africa, and the majority of African graduates from outside of Southern Africa. So let me thank you for believing in yourself as UNISA students and believe in UNISA. That you have completed your qualification and you are graduating, you will become a UNISA alumnus. I can tell you that UNISA alumni are to be found in every level of society, business and industry, and the best and most productive citizens and business people in the country, the continent, and the world. The role of African University is to prepare students who can be developed into leaders, who embody ethical leadership, who are innovators, as all other challenges that face Africa require innovative solutions. leaders who are institution builders as opposed to builders of dynasties, leaders who are integrators and reconciliers, leaders who are independent. Higher learning institution has a leading role to play, offering new and innovative ways of addressing the challenges that the Vice Chancellor was speaking about faced in South Africa, and also to play a leading informing partnership with key institutions of our country to ensure that we emerge with concrete solutions in reducing unemployment and reduce the skills shortage that we experience. We all know that Madiba, our former president, cares deeply about education and its power to transform society and change circumstances. We hope that Madiba's generation of leaders continue to inspire us to continue to fighting social ills such as inequality, crime, corruptions, with the same determination they fought apartheid. There was a particular group of UNISA alumni who had distinguished themselves in a remarkable manner, and South Africans were privileged to reap the rewards of their exemplary scholarship, leadership, and conduct. I can say without reservation that if our graduates of today exhibit the same qualities of leadership, integrity, and commitment to social justice as represented by our other alumni, you will see a very different country, Vice Chancellor and audience. These people have made a positive impact on various walks of our lives, all of that from an education which they received via distance learning mode. In that context, one cannot but wonder about the claims that distance education is somehow inferior. How inferior is an education that produces a president, Nobel laureate, a Chief Justice, a Deputy Justice, and many more? While UNISA had an inspiring and memorable vision to be African university in the service of humanity, as a university, we are ideally positioned to contribute to public discourse on the state of our nation, and we shall endeavor by all means to do so. Ultimately, that is what the role of an African university in the development of African leadership is all about. Let me also share with you about the issues of ethics. Ethics is about how we meet the challenge of doing the right thing when that will cost more than we want to pay. Ethics is about the taking responsibility and the accountabilities. Sometimes people try to maintain a distinction between the meaning of concepts ethics and morality. In ordinary language, however, the two are almost indistinguishable. People tend not to make any distinction between ethical and moral behavior on the one side, or between unethical and immoral behavior on the other side. Ethics is about what is good or right in human interaction. It revolves around the three central concepts: self, good, and the other. Ethical behavior results when one does not merely consider what is good for oneself, but also consider what is good for others. It is important that each of these three central concepts be included in a definition of ethics. Should the concept of good be neglected, the unique nature of ethics collapses. Ethics is not merely concerned with the interaction between a self and the other, but with the quality of interaction. Ethics is the determination of whether the interaction between the self and the other is good or bad for all parties involved or affected by the interaction. You need to be professionals, graduate of integrity. Integrity is so closely aligned to ethics that it is sometimes used as substitute for ethics. People with strong commitment to ethical standards are often referred to as persons of integrity. Therefore, create an environment that promotes ethical behavior in your workplace, environment, organization, and so on and so forth. In conclusion, you must adapt or you will perish in your workplace. As must have noticed, society is evolving at incredible speeds today. Many of the changes are driven by the fourth industrial revolution. Actually, fourth industrial revolution is not going away today or tomorrow. In layman's terms, we are progressively getting dependent on data and intelligent computing to run operations on our business, education, governance, and so on and so forth. A 2-year study from McKinsey Global Institute suggested that by 2030, intelligent agents and robots could replace as much as 30% of the world's current human labor. To survive in this economy, you must have an open mind. You must learn new tricks. You must adapt and be flexible. Whenever you are after today, and whatever you do, adapt to the emerging trends within your industry. Only then will you survive. Utilize your time efficiently. As young professionals, you have a lot to prove in the job environment. Your time management shall be a crucial determinant of your success. Do not arrive late to work. Do not leave before the right time. Do not procrastinate. But most importantly, work smart. Your legacy starts here today, right now. I wish you all the best in your future. I wish you much more success in all your endeavors. May the years ahead of you be filled with new adventures and possibilities. I thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you very much. Indeed, we face many challenges, ladies and gentlemen, and without integrity, without an ethical fiber within our bodies and mind, without commitment, we cannot achieve any sense of social justice. Thank you very much, Prof, for that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, may I kindly request that you do not leave the hall before the end of the ceremony. May I also request that you keep your mobile phones on silent mode or you switch them off as we proceed with the ceremony. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program. And I request the representatives of colleges to present the candidates to me.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Njabulo Ncube for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Prof. H.F. Snyman, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
It gives me great pleasure to present to you Njabulo Ncube, one of my doctoral students. In his thesis, entitled Exploration of Unreported Rape in Lupane Rural District, Zimbabwe, he explored the possible reasons why women who had been raped do not seek help or report it to the police. The researchers showed that the cultural norms in the district, which are biased in favor of men, perpetuated the social acceptance of female sexual abuse. His study identified several factors preventing women from reporting the rape. These include not only social and cultural, societal and structural factors, but also psychosocial, economic and awareness factors. Because of this narrative study, new conversations can be initiated to promote cultural sensitivity and encourage women to report rape.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Njabulo Ncube the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Njabulo Ncube.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Arwani Rufaro Temeli for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Prof. J.G. van Graan to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Assessing the Use of Electronic Data Recovery in E-Procurement Fraud Investigation, he explores the significance of utilizing electronic data recovery applications in e-procurement fraud investigations at the Group Audit and Risk Department of the City of Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality. His results show shortcomings in the group's effectiveness in utilizing electronic data recovery applications in e-procurement fraud investigations. Building on these shortcomings, he proposes a framework that outlines best practices of electronic data recovery of such investigations in the form of progressive stages, thus contributing to the current body of knowledge in forensic investigation.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Aruani Rufaro Temeli the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Aluwani Rufaro Temeli.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce you to Nyeko Shadrack Gulele for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor E.N. Kubaka Sebitosi, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In his thesis entitled Unpacking the Nexus Between Livestock Farming, Food Security and Climate Change in the Vemi District, Limpopo Province, he assesses how farmers can ensure their food security under climate variations. He makes a valuable contribution to the body of knowledge in the field of development studies by proposing an 8-step-fold food security framework comprising stakeholder and resource analysis, vulnerability context and risk analysis, formulation of mitigation measures, streamlining the measures by stakeholders, formulation of appropriate strategies, participatory verification of processes, and assessment of outcomes. The model could reduce climate change vulnerabilities to ensure food security through policy and good and practice. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Nyoka Shadrack Golele the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Nyeko Shadrack Golele.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Tagisa Heleroy Lambo for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor D.A. Kotzer, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Analysis of Foreign Aid Effectiveness on Economic Development in Ethiopia, he examines the effectiveness of foreign aid on economic development and poverty alleviation during the period 2011 to 2020. Although Ethiopia is economically one of the fastest growing countries in Africa, it remains on the list of poorest countries in the world. His results demonstrate that a number of bottlenecks hinder foreign aid effectiveness in Ethiopia: institutional capacity, lack of accountability mechanisms, poor collaboration among actors, poor infrastructure, and political instability. This study makes a valuable contribution to formulating effective country-specific strategies for better use of foreign aid in economic development.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Tagisa Heleroy Lambo the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Tagisa Heleroy Lambo.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce you to Christelle Olivia Lengo Mbuya for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor L.L. Jewell, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Microwave Modification of Cobalt and Iron Supported on Beta Silicon Carbide Catalysts for Fischer-Tropsch Synthesis, he investigated whether microwave irradiation of the catalyst during preparation could enhance its activity for Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. For cobalt beta silicon carbide, microwave exposure led to improved cobalt dispersion and conversion. For iron beta silicon carbide, the reduction temperature of the catalyst decreased and conversion improved on irradiation with microwaves. For iron manganese carbide beta silicon carbide, methane selectivity decreased. This work is an important and novel contribution to understanding the effect of microwave pretreatment on supported catalysts where the support is a microwave absorber.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Christelle Olivia Lenga Mbuya the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Christelle Olivier Lenge Mbuya.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Liberty Lungisani Nguni for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor Y. Yo, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Metal Supported on Carbon-Based Materials for the Adsorptive Desulfurization of Fuels, he investigates the adsorptive performance of porous materials including metal-supported on-activity carbon, nickel-supported metal organic framework materials, and their composites in the removal of sulfur compounds from both model and conventional diesel fuels. Through both experimental work and computational work, the variables that have the biggest effect on disruptive desulfurization are studied. The disruptive kinetics, thermodynamics, and disruptive isotherms are proposed and validated. This study provides new concepts for adsorbents preparation and improvement in adsorption desulfurization.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Liberty Lungisani Nguni the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Liberty Lungisani Nguni.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Smart Mtwemwe for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor L.J. Tembe, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Poverty Alleviation and Empowerment of Rural Women Through Self-Help Groups in Zimbabwe, the case study of Shurugi District in Midland Province, he analyzes the role of self-help groups in empowerment and poverty alleviation among poor rural women in Shurugi District, Zimbabwe. Among others, his key findings shows that through collective participation, most rural women utilize self-help groups as sustainable drivers of socio-economic change, particularly in promoting self-empowerment, restoration of personal dignity, food security, employment opportunity, innovation, and social cohesion. Most of the rural women who mobilize in self-help groups attain their desired livelihood outcomes despite missing some key opportunities and facing challenges. There is a perception that women who are not members of self-help groups continue to enjoy historical and inherent poverty, disempowerment, and marginalization compared to those women mobilized into self-help groups.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Smart Hembwewe the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Smart Membwe.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Chweni Collins Mokobani for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor M.B. Ramosi, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled South Africa's Transition to Democracy, Viewed from the Just War Perspective, he adopts the position of the conquered and argues that the transition is ethically untenable. His thesis is an original contribution to knowledge in the advancement of justice and peace through transformative dialogue between the conquered and the colonial conqueror, including its prosperity. Thank you.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Tweni Collins Mokobane the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Tweni Collins Mokobane.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce you to Mokove Maureen Nitai for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. His thesis focuses on the development of sustainability model for post-settlement farms in Limpopo province, a case of Tishwani CPA. In a thesis entitled Development of Sustainability Model for Post-Settlement Farms in Limpopo Province, a case of Tiswani CPA, she investigates the challenges and opportunities that have an impact on the sustainability of post-settlement support projects in Limpopo Province. She makes a valuable contribution to the body of knowledge in the field of rural development by proposing a sustainability model. The proposed model could provide operational and implementation support to struggling post-settlement support projects under the land reform framework. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Mikovei Maureen Nitaya the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree. I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Mukove Maureen Ntai.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce you to Honorido Collins Potokri for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor D.A. Kotzer, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Feminization of Poverty Among Female-Headed Households in Post-Genocide Odi Community in Niger Delta region of Nigeria, he applies the standpoint theory and the capability approach to analyze the feminization of poverty, the empowerment of female-headed households, and the approaches that underpin these in the Odi community. Located with an interpretivist paradigm, he demonstrates that women-headed households are among the poorest of the the poor, particularly in a typical rural and post-genocide community. Unique to this study are the poverty policy guidelines that he proposes based on the findings emanating from the study.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Honoredo Collins Pottercree the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Honoredo Collins Pottercree.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Inga Ngalakulu receives the degree of Master in Accounting Sciences. Congratulations.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Pumedza Theodore Class receives the degree of Master of Arts.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Kelly Bogile Maggie Tabia Hamani. Bolile Bolwad. Okay. Wadladli Ketuhuku Tula Kumalo. Thank you. Gugu Cindy Ledwaba. Notokoza Precious Madidi. Larato Carrie Mokoti. Karabo Sybil Mako. Letitia Marie. Michelle Dino Mokosi. Alson Chelakuye Malloy. Simone Sadi Reynes. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor Onika Rifelwa Shukudu receives the degree of Baccalaureus Technologia. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor Impor Regina Beluzzi receives the degree of Bachelor of Administration. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Ronald Jansen. Tanya van Vieren. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Daniel Singh receives the degree with distinction. Ronald Marsha Arnolds. Rehanzu Nelson Beloy. Mampaga Arthur Davhana. Manku Elizabeth Dolamo. Delphina Dube. Jiwaria Ennis. Nikami Rosetta Shlongwani. Elizabeth Sibogile Jojwana. Shegotfatso Malako Kekana. Pulani Judith Kobe. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Vinolia Macheko Carlo receives the degree with distinction. Congratulations. Lorraine Koza. Dorothy Wangwawa. Said Ernest Lambert. Kapsile Jonah Lekhulieni. Chweni Pinky Lokoba. Palisa Lempi. Gloria Lerato Letele. Clement Morokwe Letsolo. Kudhatso Gillian Lubengo. Lebogang Paulina Lukhelele. Tokozani Abram Mabena. Shimangadzo Flora Badondo. Tebatso Anna Ramaisele Makatho. No Mandava. Ushudi Mashal Mashu. Domchebo Faith Masheko. Millicent Nomosonto Mashani. Samson Marsha. Dompulelo Bridget Masobuke. Priscilla Shalati Masobuke. Pumla Imboniswa. Peter Jeffrey Millet. Malungise Reginald Mkwanazi. Fulofedzani Modai. Modirel Tabia Moletsi. Demakatso Constance Mofokeng. Kego Moditswe Dorothy Mogorosi. Larato Happiness Mohoto. Adele Mudley. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor Arisha Arayana Modley receives the degree with distinction. Shepo Andreas Morley. Pongiwe Mosani. Alvin Gokelo Mutiba. Jubilele Tuliswe Inshali. Wanda Mudumi. Tapiwe Muhamba. Cheryl Naidu. Talaki Regina Nawe. Kayla Lizmarie Nell. Temba Ingidi. Kosanati Pumalani Nkosi. Zandila Dorcas Inyoni. Naylan Pillay. Alizma Portgita. Barent Petrus Pretorius. Molokoni Clement Ramafalo. Kathleen Rampasad. Nigel Takuzwa Samuriwa. Memory Virayai Sibanda. Bianca Stradham. Yoni Tokweng. Sholofelo Gertrude Koklime Sang. Sunny Ethel Tiwala. Johannes Hendrik Voss. Deborah Zweni.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Gerrit Justice Dupree. Shaneen Abubakar. Wilhelmina Ijoma Brown. Refilwe Magdalena Dube. Gottfried August Josephus Grobler. Deirdre Ann Groenewald. Pranada Kamhuka. Matapelo Lorraine Lesua. Talita Kumi Lawrence, degree obtained with distinction. Congratulations. Very well done. Puseletsu Alina Maslangu. Tandu Manyezana.
That's it. Here you go. Very well. Are you going to do it this time?
Monkatsu Maria Matinka. You can go. Man. Vongani Maria Mboweni. Boitumelo Oflina Mwalutsi. Mwalatsi, sorry. Precious Sezi Mota. Rudowashe Mpofu. Rianzu Tandi Mushwana. Ellen Kenelue in Legetwa. Portia Nonyane. Your name now, just let calm down. Because your family are not going to hear one thing. Zaid Umar. The last one. No, there's more. Jacomina Susanna Elizabeth Pretorius. Sibongele Sebuyi.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Wisdom Kulekani Bebe. Tukulo Payson Wudila. Kolani Lazarus Chauke. Nomusa Katu Chauke. Nomusa Katu Chauke. Nyasha Chikuni. Amarai Imran Chotia. Kulufelo Paulina Ramatsimele Chweu. Tyron N. Fulton. Mandla Reginald Gama. Siphelele Golimpi. Melusi Colistas Gwala. Elroy Hasbrook. Sidwell Dumisani Khadebe. Simpiwe Maroza Hokana. David Isaac Jere. Ritesh Kaliaj. Elmari Yonker. Thomas Joseph. Nadia Monique Jobert. Shelin Kafuza. Obakeng Itumeleng Kinoshi. Athalia Mwenyani Hoitiani. Ufenze Kanye. Njesekzeni sazi khanyile. Captain Khoza. Yasin Kolia. Christabel Shanice Kotia. Elwin Christopher Kruger. Desi Khumutso Kwele. Friends Silolaka. Mushito Joseph Lamula. Neo Langa. Itumeleng Ephraim Lichuku. Ulibugeng Lina Lefifi. Ntabiseng Rebecca Likova. Clement Vincent Leroux. Maitopo Rehab Madike. Jabulani Mangubani. Puseletso Portia Mahatu. Tshepiso Makhulwane. John Vusmuzi Makolwa. Eunice Makondo. Palesa Malapila. Lucky Dola Malifo. Mihloti Nicholas Maluleke. Nyikiwe Maluleke. Vukosi Sheila Maluleke. Olopi Nakampe Mamukere. Sinovuyo Gift Sharon Manzini. Isau Mapatsi. Desi Mukhalani Masilimi. Masinye Paxton Masemula. Lisbeth Mashian. Nzalama Maswanganyi. Marumo Unika Matole. Ndamrero Machaya. Bathu bonke Mngoti. Edward Mtandani Mhlanga. Sizakhele Mthini Evanes Mkhwanazi. Matida Mipi. Philile Mncisi. Congratulations, husband. Jacob Sirami Mudise. Sikhofatso Selina Mudiselle. Susan Nuko Mudise. Ngwanatau Emeritus Muila. Refilwe Felicia Mukhosana. Max Sydney Mutlala. Pel Zamangwani Mukhetle. Pokela Oba Mukhonyana. Mama Tebele Mulife. Mulimo Katleho Mulife. Charles Sipho Mulohlanye. Tansa Johannes Mulomo. Refile Masidiso Masintle. Maruping Bruce Mutusi. UNISA ka Dimtubatsi. Humbulani Friends Mukufi. Srerezo Sheli Mujezi. Sakumzi Kenneth Mzimani. Glenn Theron Nebushoma. Shanique Fren Nickel. December Philip Nkosi. Masapi Given Nkune. Matume Adolf Nkwana. Clement Tapedi Nchavele. Nomkita Njojo. Echibald Tinashe Nyamayaro. Bridget Mamahlola Paji. Pumlani Peter. Jaleni Idlet Khadebe. Rendani Ramagwa. Muchetsi Michael Ramakhulu. Tibuho Ishmael Ramalibana. Tasim Alim Silmani. Magdalene Ntwara Doris Sambo. Kathy Gesi Sami Kistan. Tshepo Sihlaku. Tibuho Sikome. Mwekezi McDonald Sisinyi. Megan Michelle Sikli. Tiselani Gavaza Sigela. Lucia Siridi. Tolakele Skosana. Monique Chantel Smith. Cobus Sothon. Katleho Titi. Libukhang Pindile Oralia Sambo. Patwani Chambara. Sibonile Chuma. Cornelia Sofia van der Merwe. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Shana Velinsky receives the degree with distinction. Francois Foster. Lwazi Sylvester Zwane. Tinotenda Grace Vizai. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Sandra Cleopatra Adams. Kathleen Jean Maismina. Uratile Precious Mukhokhonyani. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Shaban Almia. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Oza Bam receives the degree with distinction. Clifton Simpiwe Kebisa. Tiny Doreen Ramatavata Chidi. Palisa Muroledi Divito. Sibongile Xuze. Darren Govender. Ignatius Michael Grunewald. Susan Dawn Hamse. Chavez Kidlin Hartliff. Nobuhle Karen Lande. Ntabiseng Nomusa Lawrence. Azza Mohammed. Lunga Makaka. Silwane Pesi Makuba. Aida Magdalene Lisejo Malele. Urisani Priscilla Mancha. Megiri Filwe Di Makatso Marema. Butuawe Masakona. Swanga Chipiwa Princess Mashau. Krisnencia Mati Matlejwani. Florence Mabunda. Kennedy Simpiwe Mbele. Lisa Mbambani. Mujalodi Abintin Mpahlele. Amanda Mtojwana. Ilunga Mkendi. Michael Paul Necker. Gladys Nakedi. Olivia Tisndambi. Oliswa Nukele. Mabel Mashau Ntangeni. Luisa Makumo Peku. Kumbuzo Ramatsitsi. Mojaji Alidia Siabi.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma. Kevin Chiwaiwa. Carolyn Ramati Ramokhayane. That's done.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Ausi Leta Chauke. Tepo Stevens Make. You go. Lerato Nkabinde. Emma Mansu Sillo. Priscilla Sitebe. Tepo Thomas Chabangu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, The following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Kola Ayanda Khosa. Peter Kubai. Nompumelelo Gledol Kunene. Tapelo Shadrach Machete. Agnes Vuyiswa Ngekele. Javta Takanyani Madisaba. Tsepo Samuel Malaji. Minda Matepe Mamodishe. Rishoket Joe Amanda Munjan. Tilesia Puselezo Mekwa. Nomonde Mnisi. Libukhang Mutlose. Pelisande Romi Mutweni. Masara Mtewan. Hope Makati Nzolo. Kunrad Naidu. Sianda Cyril Ntanjana. Josephine Mulubani Paho. Patience Mapula Poshani.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Yolanda Funzama, Fortunate Avatu Chiwela Kotama. Musa Vivian Lorenko. Ntumba Mariette Luabea. Nonqeba Lucretia Lutuli. Lindiwe Anna Mabona. Yamkela Machoyana. To Mary Makete. Wilson Baluzina Makubedu. Nokutola Lydia Malazi. Teza Norin Manyama. Karabo Amy Mashao. Gugu Philadelphia Munisi. Rapula Laki Mukhorosi. Tulufelo Mongwe. Lerato Esther Mutsie. Katleho Desri Mphahlele. Mukhethelwa Ndaganeni. Lutendo Trevor Nemudzivadi. Livuani Constance Nemukongwe. Aluani Ndakatsena Netsivumi. Zanda Ngakaza. Julia Theodora Petmo. Bongiwe Tandiwe Khadebe. Sidupe Elisa Sitseli. Daphne Sinamela Shai. Hlengiwe Sithembiso Sibisi. Julius Simango. Winnie Spenges Kosana. Tshegofatso Sani Tipe. Sarah Mushibudi Tubakale. Madam Chair, the diploma obtained with distinction. Mandisi Junior Chibilika. Zandile Mabel Zita. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the National Diploma. Sylvia Baloy. Frederick Rapula Kumalo. Mandla Kubai. Engineers Quinda. Millicent Dineo Mabitsela. Dumisani Cyprian Madonsela. Mapule Florence Makateng. Lepepani Kanesha Malika. Brunette Melody Malinga. Brunette. Katleho Obakeng Mampuru. Dipuo Lista Mapunya. Leti Bonani. Itumeleng Letlhogonolo Mnisi. Mapuleng Lydia Mufukeng. Neo Norman Muhlokwane. Patience Mulubela. Tseki John Mutapane. Ntuvo Mundalamo. Isaac Thomas Ngomane. Beauty Nkosi. Rose Winnie Ntuli. Mendi Neo Pizzo. Ndivuo Rasala Navo. Duventile William Shikwambana. Julia Anaskosana. Lejean Byron Teblanche. Mama Swika Eunice Tanza. Amand van der Walt, diploma obtained with distinction. Fano Zama.
Thank you. What you may not know is the process behind the scenes before we wear the gowns we're wearing. The registration of the qualifications with qualification regulatory bodies, preparation of the curriculum, designing it, making sure that it will present what it should at a distance, teaching, tutoring, assessing, marking, setting exams, processing exams, uploading exams, making sure that the system doesn't fail in the process, quality assuring the theses that are examined, making sure that the external examiners and the internal examiners are not compromised, making sure the candidate is not compromised, making sure that the certificates have the right names of the candidates, they have the right seal, quality assuring certificate production, preparing for graduations, making sure that the hall is safe, that the people are safe, there is no health hazard, and the lot. And actually, waking up and coming to the graduation is just but one of the few things that happen behind the scenes. With these words, thank you, colleagues. I really thank you for the hard work that goes on, that sees us here today, congratulating this eminent group of people. Mr. Registrar, I saw very, very young kids. I was worried. Really, about 3 or 4, I was wondering, are they getting a master's degree? And I wiped tears of joy. They are. And also, Mr. Registrar, there was one mortar person here. I was really getting despondent that my people are not studying anymore. There is a mortar and Mnisi, and that is my clan. Sure, I'm so happy. I'm very happy. Congratulations, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. It is said that the opening of one door leads to many others that wait for you to open. Today, you've gone through the door of being handed a qualification, and you may now be regarded as one of those who have acquired competencies in the field that you have studied. We're mighty proud of you. All these processes that I counted, you went through, and we are very, very proud of the qualification that you have. Let me ask you just for 1 second to stand up and wave the qualification. Yes, it's a brown envelope, but it has your qualification. Thank you. As a university, we are very, very pleased to have you. You have shown dedication, focus, and resilience, and we salute you for that. Thank you very much. I know that it's been a long day, and you can least afford any lecture, and I can give lectures. Yes, I'm one of the few. So, to hasten to a fitting end of this congratulatory remark, I want to share with you just a few words of wisdom from people of different parts of the world. First, I want to start with Thomas Hardy, a 19th century novelist. From his novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge, Thomas Hardy says that, amongst other things, you must mark well or study well the faces of the people that you meet as you go up the ladder, because it is very certain that when you come down, you will meet them. If you abuse them, you may not be handled so very well. I'm happy you're climbing the ladder. Remember Thomas Hardy. Mark well the faces of the people. As you meet them, study the faces. Wole Soyinka says, the man dies in those who keep silent in the face of tyranny. In you, we have instilled values of care. You cannot keep silent in the face of injustice. It is not on. You have to speak up. Otherwise, the man inside dies. I also like Chinua Achebe's words about our origins and about our indigenous knowledge systems. He says, Mind you, Chinua Achebe was a medical doctor who just decided to bless us with Things Fall Apart and became the grandfather of African literature. Chinua Achebe says, the folk tales, the proverbs, and all the indigenous knowledge that we share around the fireplace are actually a roadmap that lights the pathway into the future. We share these in various ways, from generation to generation. This means that no matter how highly educated you are, you need your family, you need your grandmother, you need your uncle, you need your father's sister, because from them you will get the roadmap that will light your way going forward. Finally, Lord Tennyson's poem, I like the last line that says, you must seek knowledge like a sinking star. Never cease to look for knowledge. It's not only from books, but it's also from people around, people who have been there in your space, the old man, the old woman, the child. We have different gifts of wisdom, and you can learn from there. Mark well the faces of all the people you meet on your way up, because you will meet them on your way down. Congratulations. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have graduated, you have become part of the UNISA alumni. You are now part of this illustrious circle of excellence. Your responsibility is to contribute and help us define tomorrow. There are many things that you can do to help shape the future in the service of humanity. You can be an e-tutor because we are doing our business online. So you can assist in tutoring in your department or wherever you have the skill. You can continue your lifelong journey in the College of Graduate Studies, where you pursue the next degree and help society in sharing your knowledge, increasing your knowledge. And also, we are a university that cares. We have students who don't have the means to study. We also then have the University of South Africa Bursary Fund, which we use to assist such students. We appeal to you, all of you, to visit the platform www.unisa.ac.za and click donate. It is not going to any professor's purse, it is going to the Bursary Fund to assist us as we develop our community. You are wonderful people, and you will do that. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I would like you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 21 of the program. I would like to ask you to remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve this congregation. You are also requested to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. Bless you. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.